Hello, happy 2023 everybody and welcome. We're getting ready for the 2023 Metal to the Masses initiative which kicks off in Newcastle in Trillians on March 10th, under 2 weeks. It's going to be our biggest yet. The space is filled in record time. We have 30 bands, plus we've got quite a good backup list. Bands ready to play and ready to go. This includes, there's some returning favourites and there's some new debutants to the initiative, so some first timers, so it's good to see how they fare. Now, for those new to Metal to the Masses, how it works is quite simple. Ultimately, one band from the region will be selected to play the New Blood stage at Bloodstock Festival in Derby later this year. Previous winners from the region include Desolation, Killanova, Souls of Jack Ketch, and the last year's winners, Cast and Tephra, who you are listening to right now. But to get to Bloodstock, bands first have to get to the final, and that is done via heats and a semi-final. The 6 heats, each has 5 bands. Each band gets a 25-minute slot, and at the end of the night, 2 bands will progress to the semi-finals. In the semi-finals, this year there will be 3 semi-finals, and 2 bands from each will go on to form a 6-band final in June. So yes, that's a new thing we're going to do this year. There's going to be 3 semi-finals. We wanted to change things up. Basically, last year a day really didn't work out. One semi-final had 5 bands and the other had 7. So a little bit too much, so we're hoping by having 3 semi-finals it will spread things out and it will help things balance a little bit, and that's better for the bands, better for the crowd, better for everybody. And this, actually making this change, allows us to implement 2 more changes that are good. It's 2 changes this year, but there's 2 changes to the semi-finals for this year. Change 1, we're going to have guest bands in the semi-finals. It's not something we've done much of recent years, but we're going to have some guest bands in the semi-finals, one of which is Cast and Tephra, last year's winner, and the other is going to Boz. There might possibly be another, we'll see. Of course, yes, Boz didn't win last year, but they were offered a discretionary slot on the Jaeger stage, and whilst they would have been permitted to enter the masses, they asked instead that they would prefer to be a guest band, and as such, that other bands have the opportunity to go good stock. Change number 2, and because of this, now every year we have this problem with the bands that are really fucking good, but are in really difficult heats and don't get out of the heats. This happens every year, so this year we thought, you know what, wouldn't it be nice if we could select one of those bands and say you didn't get through the heats, but we are going to give you another chance in the semi-final. So it's like a new wildcard system where one band from the heats is going to be invited to the semis. Now, how the bands go through the next round is a mixture of judge votes and crowd votes. I'm going to explain how each of these works. At the simplest, the judges will be scoring based on how suitable they feel the band is to go to the next round. Most of this is pretty straightforward. It's what the band does on stage, the quality of the tracks, their stage presence, their entertainment value. You know, stuff that makes us think, yeah, that band was great, I want to see them again, I want to see them in the next round, I want to see them in the final, I want to see them in the buzzer, all that type of stuff. But we'll also be keeping a little bit more eye on other things that happen off stage. This includes things like timekeeping, professionalism, how much what you're doing to the bloodstock, because there's no point in the band coming and doing set to end all sets if they're late. If we send you to Bloodstock and return up late and have a bad attitude, that doesn't reflect well on us. So we're looking out for things like that because we want bands that it's a two-way thing of how we represent each other. So that's part of it. Now, in the heats, it's a 50-50 score between crowd and judges. In the semis, that's 70 and 30, so 70 judges, 30 crowd, and in the finals, all judges. So we've just explained how the judge score works, so how the crowd score works. We're changing that for this year. So how this used to work is we used to measure crowd reaction, and the system worked. It's great, I've no arguments with it. It was open a dispute and it wasn't transparent. So we're changing this. Some of the details are still being ironed out a little bit, but we're going to go old school. We're going to have a voting booth, and there's going to be a little chance to cast a little vote in a little voting box. We're probably just going to have a box. We're either going to do a box for each band and you put a token in the band you want, or we're going to have one box and you pick the tokens you want. Yeah, and we're going to count out. Now, the events are still going to be free entry as usual, but there's going to be a small cost to vote, which is going to be one person, and the small cost is going to be probably £3. And from there, obviously it's transparent. If one band has 20 votes and another has 15 votes, then 20 is bigger than 15 and everybody can see this. This will then give the bands a score, and that score can be provided with the judges' score, and that can then decide which bands are going through the next round. Now, this is different. We're going to monitor it and we're going to look for obvious flaws because we want this to be fair and for everybody. And yes, this does allow another change as well. This is something I've wanted to do for a lot of years, and we can now do this. So obviously, as I said, there's going to be a small £3 charge. This is going to help us with some of the costs. Our costs are going up, cost of living, blah 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 blah. But for all the bands, and what we want to do is we want to get a little bit of cash in, a little bit more cash, and so for all the bands that reach the final, there's going to be a discretionary prize pot, and that should hopefully help with some of the costs of appealing and helping us out. And yes, now there we go. There's a whirlwind. Now, as always, we like to thank Trillians for their support and for their sponsorship. The events obviously are still going to be free entry, so anybody can come along and enjoy the night as you as many bands as you want to do. It's just a small £3 to partake in the voting element. This is a similar situation to what some other regions do. I know Ireland does this, and a couple of us do this kind of system, so it's free entry, but it's a small nominal charge for a voting slip. We've spoken with the other regions, and we're going to borrowing some of their idea. And we'll see how it works and if that makes things better for everybody. So yeah, so big thank you to Trillians. We're going to flash up a little bit of their gig guide on screen now. Do check out some of their shows. And of course, thank you to all of you for your support over the years. And we will see you from March the 10th for Heat 1. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you soon.